Okay, this is the most objective test that we have on our device, and it's the dynamometer test that we did on the 2002 Jetta TDI that we bought down in Dagsboro off the internet. And the people that sold us the car told us about John Betty over in Dagsboro on the highway, and because we were looking for a dynamometer test to confirm the baseline. So they told us about the guy, and we drove up. I drove over there and immediately got on his dyno, and we proved out 51 horsepower. The car had a slipping clutch, not too bad, but it was slipping, and it had a bad throwout bearing in it, which we didn't know about. But we drove the car on the dyno that day. I took it home from there. We did a baseline on the car for mileage, and we achieved 36, 37 miles per gallon highway and around 20, 22 city, but we don't drive a lot of city driving. That's just about what we thought. Anyway, from there I went back down to John and got him to do a dyno test on it. First thing we did was put our device on it and ran it. Got it to work finally after quite a bit of effort. We got it to work and took it back down there, and John put it on the dyno, and we got 101 horsepower. So it was essentially 100% increase in horsepower over what we were getting before. Now, I'm not sure what the stock rear front wheel horsepower for that Volkswagen is, but they're rated at 100 horsepower. So that's at, of course, the flywheel. So I don't know what they would come out. Most of the 2002s would come out, but that's what we got on that car, and that's what we achieved. So we were rather elated when we got that information back. We knew we were doing better, but had no idea that we were going to get that kind of an increase. Obviously, it's quite significant. I've never seen anything like it, actually. 100 horsepower, 101 horsepower versus 50, 51. It's just through the roof. But I don't think anybody normally gets that kind of an increase, but that's what we got. What I'm talking about, our device, I think probably normally gives you about 25%. That's still very significant, and for the price that we're charging for it, it's unbelievable to be able to get that kind of an increase. But we also achieved on that car, while we were getting that horsepower, we got a mileage increase that was probably also 100%. We were getting 85 miles per gallon on short runs, and previous to that, as I told you, 36, 37. So we were just, everything was going better than we ever expected. And we moved from there on to the other cars that I told you about after that. So now I'm going to take you over to John Betty's garage today and show you what he's doing over there, and talk to him about the test we did to confirm that he knew what he was doing, because he does. This is the Mustang dyno test that I talked about in John's shop, the VS Service Center where he works. This is John Betty's card. John Betty did the test down in Dagsboro, Delaware, on a Mustang dyno. The car was a 2002 Volkswagen Jetta TDI diesel, and the initial run was 51 horsepower stock. That's the bottom line here, and 125 foot-pounds of torque. That's the second line. This line here, this bottom line on this part of the graph. We came back 3 months later on 11/13/2010, after we put our device on it and had run it for a while, and we got 80 horsepower and 155 foot-pounds of torque. This area in the orange was the improvement. Then we retested the car, and then we got 101 horsepower and 198 foot-pounds of torque between 1500 and 2000 RPMs. What's happening?
Video camera out.
What are you doing on this?
Rebuilding the whole thing, front end.
Front end? Yeah.
Ball joint.
Ball joint.
Yeah. Open lower control arm. Exhaust manifold. Everything's all rusted out.
Yeah. This is what's this car do? What's the quarter mile run?
860 to 162.
162. That's his best time, or is that what he usually gets? Yeah. You got how many pistons he got blown out on it?
A lot of them.
More than one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm about out of juice on this thing, so I can't do very long. But I didn't want to do very long anyway. Okay. What I wanted to do is that's the dyno test we did.
Right.
And I just wanted you to verify it.
Okay.
And what I did was I put these colors in there so you can read it on the web.
Mm-hmm.
And we did that, what, 2010?
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, that was with the Hall effect. Now, I don't know, I never explained to you what the hell that was, right? Well, the reason I didn't was because we weren't allowed to.
Right.
But now, it's under patent, or not, it's patent pending.
Right.
So all we did on that car was we put a unit chip on it, and that was a DOS driven unit chip.
Right.
And we ran a wire from the hot lead on the battery, and on that battery it has a set of terminals, you know. We ran that to the oil.
Right.
That was it. We put a probe on the oil. That's all we did. So we doubled the horsepower.
Right.
But anyway, I just wanted you to verify that, so I can, and I'll put that, I'll put that on the web. I want to take a picture of your engine.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the first time you ever heard what it was. Oh, this is it, right?
Oh, that's one of them, yeah.
It's a Chevy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty, man. You about got it built, don't you?
Yeah, I'm about got to take the port.
Oh, I see. That's the pistons. Yeah.
That's the hole there.
Yeah.